Hey Web family, welcome to my channel for Web by Mosley, where we take our time and teach you design and have fun while we're doing it. Today, we decorated our DIY copper backdrop. If you had a chance to watch that video, I showed you guys step by step how you can make a copper backdrop at home. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways in which we can decorate that backdrop. And so I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't already, you already know what I'm about to say. Subscribe below. So that way you can really be a part of the Wed family. So let's enjoy the video.
Wedding and events and decor is what we love. So I think that you should follow us. Cause we gon' take our time and help you learn design. So ring the bell cause we do it well. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Alright, to get started on our first design, we're going to grab some pool noodles that I already measured out and cut. And I'm going to use the slit that I made on the pool noodle and place it securely on our copper backdrop. Just going to repeat that same step with the one I measured out for the top. Then I'm going to grab some zip ties and use those zip ties to secure the pool noodle. That way it will not move up and down. Just placing it on there and pulling it tightly so the pool noodle is nice and secure. Once it's firmly on, I'm going to just cut off the excess zip tie. And I'm going to repeat this step with my third pool noodle. I love to grab these whenever I see the pool noodles in the dollar store. I just grab a whole bunch because I do use these very often. So again, just repeating that step using the zip tie to make sure it's nice and secure on the backdrop. Next thing, I grab these artificial hydrangeas and I'm just going to begin to put them in the pool noodle and just making sure it looks nice and full. So when you cut these hydrangeas, just make sure you leave a little bit of the stick in order for it to poke right through on the foam pool noodle. I love working with artificial flowers at times because it does save you money and you can use them over and over again. And so I like to just keep a lot of them in my supply. And what I would do typically for events is if I do use the artificial flowers, the day of the event, I do tend to grab fresh flowers as well and add them in, and it gives it more of a realistic effect. And I absolutely love the smell of fresh flowers, so it's always nice to incorporate those into my design. Alright, last but not least, I'm going to repeat the same step on my third piece. Just adding those hydrangeas and making sure, again, it's nice and full and that the whole entire green pool noodle is covered and none of it is showing through. Right now I'm going to grab some pink artificial roses that I'm just placing within the hydrangeas. And this can kind of give you an idea of what I mentioned earlier, that typically on the day of my events, I do like to use fresh flowers. And I feel like that just gives it a more realistic look and just takes the design up a notch. And these flowers, I actually purchased them from Amazon. I absolutely live by Amazon. They always have everything that I need. And so I'll try to tag them below for you guys. I also found these brown dry pampas that I'm adding into my design, and I'm just inserting them into the pool noodle. It really brings my look together. I absolutely love them. And so really, if you wanted to stop right here, you could. This could be your final design. But let's move on to design number 2. What I have in my hand is some chicken wire that's used for crafting and my zip ties. I'm going to use that wire to add another decor element to our design. And so I'm just using the zip ties to secure the chicken wire to the copper backdrop. The wire does come rolled up, so what I would suggest is the day before doing your design, just lay it out, maybe place something heavy on top of it. That way it will be laid flat. So I did take that second piece of wire, and I'm just repeating the same step by using my zip tie to secure it to the copper backdrop. Once I see that the two pieces are secure, I do want to attach them together. So I'm using some extra wire, cutting little pieces, and then using it to tie both pieces together. Now I'm just going through and making sure I cut off the excess zip tie, and then I'm going to take a clothespin and attach my cards to the wire. You can use this as a seating chart. You can take out the cards and possibly add some pictures, or you can even add a cool sign. Now on to our third design. We're going to add in some balloons. So right now I'm just taking the colors that I want to use and making some clusters with it. Tying them together and then making my quads. Once I have all the balloons that I want to use in my design blown up, I'm going to begin to make a little garland. Just taking my fishing line, pulling it together, making sure it's nice and tight, and then securing those balloon clusters to my copper backdrop. For the bottom, I did have bigger clusters because I really want it to fill up the bottom frame of my backdrop. And so I'm just repeating that same step, tying my clusters onto the copper backdrop and then adding some smaller clusters just to give it a bigger effect. So guys, here is our final look of decorating our DIY copper backdrop. What I love most about this project is that you can get as creative as you like. You can change out the colors of your flowers. You can incorporate more balloons. As I mentioned earlier, you can even add a cool sign. So get creative, guys. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like button. Please comment below. Let me know if you try this at home and how it turns out. Tag me on Instagram. I will love to see it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye.